What's up, beautiful child of God? Welcome on today's show. Through the videos that we shall be seeing wonderful creature of God, we intend on spreading love and peace through them. Honesty, forgiveness, wonderful souls, and making sure every earthling like ourselves is able to repent and ask for forgiveness from their creator. Well, just like we shall see in different videos that we have today, each and every creature of this world, different creations of God, think, believe, and have a different perspective of this life. It's so wonderful soul. I'd like you to leave your comments and thoughts on all the videos we have so that together we can get to understand the different perspectives from different eyes and shows, my friend, of all the things that we shall be seeing together. And all these videos, my friend, as you go through them, you understand that it would be impossible for us to live honest opinions when we are weak in the soul. It's so a wonderful soul. We always read from this book of wisdom to give more strength to our soul as we react to the videos that we have. That way, everyone will be full of good vibes before we dive in. So let's see what the book is telling us today. It has served in helping us a great deal, telling us about life, about our Creator, and even adding more wisdom in our lives. Like today, this is what it tells us from Jeremiah 31:7 going down. This is what the Lord says. Sing with joy for Jacob, shout for the foremost of the nations. Make your praises heard and say, O Lord, save your people, the remnant of Israel. See, I will bring them from the land of the north and gather them from the ends of the earth. Among them will be the blind and the lame, expectant mother and women in labor. A great throng will return. They will come with weeping. They will pray as I bring them back. I will lead them beside streams of water on a level path where they will not stumble, because I am Israel's father, and Ephraim is my firstborn son. Well, interesting soul. If you have a different version of this book, you can tell us through the comment section what it says from the passage you've just read. And now, wonderful soul, as we are about to dive in, it would be great if we speak with our Creator, the one that has gathered us here today, and ask for their mercies in this show. So let's do so together kindly. And I say, do so from this side, my friend. You can also take that time from wherever you are watching from. Say a word about our lives, my friend, and about the good vibes you are about to spread together to the whole world. So let's do so together. Dear Lord Father, thank you for your mercies and kindness. Dear Lord Father, thank you for accepting us the way we are. Father, seek for your forgiveness on all our sins, Father. Cleanse our hearts, Father. Help us together with this viewer, your child, Father, to get off of the burdens that there may be in our hearts and minds, Father. Give us clarity, Father, and peace, dear Lord, we do pray. Help us, dear Lord, to view things in a way that will please you, Father. Help us to spread love and peace to your children across the whole world, Father. And through these videos, Father, may we bring out a transformative message, Father, one that will impact each and every person that will get to come across these videos. And as we do so together with their child, Father, extend your blessings upon them, Father, and be with them at all times. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in good vibe sauce. Much, much love. Ah, and on the first video here, my friend, we start with some fun activity. Some good vibes addings from the color of their hands. I guess they are from English runs, you see? And from the things you can see here, I think this is definitely in English runs. What? My God. What type of game is this? Wait, what type of playing is this? English people, what is the name that you have for this fun activity? Man, it looks extremely nice. You see? Look, oh, but what is quite surprising is that they are going through certain forest here. But in all that journey, I've not seen even a single animal, not even an insect. Or maybe they have all camouflaged to the color of trees. You please leave your comments, my friend. English people, in English lands, you don't have animals. Or what goes on? or all of them are contained in the zoo. This is crazy. See, if you are doing this randomly in this side of the world, you could have at least come across some dog there that was out having fun, searching for bones. Now here nothing is going on. We haven't seen even a single bird. Or this area is out of bounds for birds. This is crazy. Man, English people. Look, and this is one long stretch that this guy is doing. Oh, this place looks fantastic, but now where I've seen one, I've seen one. Which animal is that guy have just passed? Looks like a horse, a cow. I don't know what it is, my friend. You see, you can rewind and tell us what you think or what you could have seen. This is crazy. And I'm also surprised in the forest there is lots of signposts there. What? How does this happen? English people, you put signposts even in the forest. Oh, this is quite bizarre. Yeah, you see on this side of the world, if the politicians are given money to put signposts in the forest, all that money could have been eaten. If they eat money for making the road where people pass, now I'm surprised English people. It's like you have very honest politicians. That's what you're always talking about here. Honesty. You can tell us how honest are your politicians on a scale of 0 to 10. On this side of the world, they don't even fit on the scale. They are below the scale. You see? The honesty that they have, it's hard to believe anything a politician tells you. You see? Even their names, sometimes you have to just believe for the sake of naming them, you see. But anyway, this is good vibes seeing this. What? English people, your face looks nice, extremely nice, but about the animals, is still mind blowing. Yo, good vibes on watching. Have you ever tried out this game? It looks fun, but myself, I even don't know what it is called. We realized English people have different types of games, some of them weird and mysterious. My friend thinks that this is the road guard on the sides of the road, and it's like English people also have a car that moves on the road guard. Is this because of saving on space or what's up? You tell us, English people. This is crazy. And now the next question: how going back from this one? You see, how does it happen? Well, it's quite crazy. Oh, this thing does not look like it can go uphill. Hmm? Anyway, I think the English people uses the floating cabins you've just seen in the beginning of the video. You see, I've seen some metal houses there in the sky hanging on some lines, and it's like they carry people. I see that in movies sometimes, but I didn't think they are real things. That they are just props. Seeing them on this video has also surprised me a bit. You see, wondering English people, how come see you have so yeah, those ones. Did you just see one of them pass? Yeah, there's that one. The floating metal house that is moving on some line, attached to some line. Yo, what do you even call them? Man, it's crazy. Do you pay to board those things or how does it work? What is this one deep hole? Look at this. What? Is this a glitch in the matrix or what just happened? Look at those orbs. The orbs were just normal until they decided to increase in size, do some weird movement in the sky. What? My God. Oh, what are they doing? Hi. My friends, I'm always surprised at the things you've been seeing in the sky. From this side of the world, the sky is always blue, ever blue. If not blue, it is raining. The sky is almost dark. You see? Like right now, you can see, yeah, show them. Ah, there. Yes, the sky is always blue. How comes you guys sometimes your sky is colored? These things you've been seeing are very abnormal. If you saw these things, just they're sleeping on the ground.
Where was God and Jesus at during slavery?
Put slavery to the side for one moment and let me give you an example. Imagine I bought you a house, fixtures, painted, brand new, amazing house, and I gave it to you for free, no charge, okay? And you took that house and you fucked that house up. Are you going to blame me for the house, or are you going to blame yourself for fucking up the house? So exactly how are we blaming God for this? The atrocity of slavery was an act against mankind by mankind. It wasn't of God. And Lord knows that God tried on many, many occasions to cleanse this fucking earth of wickedness. The nigga sent a flood. He even burnt down cities. And we still came back on our same bullshit. Now, if you really want to know where God was at the time of slavery, all you need to do is read the book of Deuteronomy. The generation suffered enslavement because our ancestors broke the covenant with God. They broke their promises and we got punished for that shit. So put simply, we suffered because of our own doing, not because of God. The book of Deuteronomy also tells you how to correct that curse. But we ain't done that shit yet. All we're doing is coming on this app and moaning. Some of us are still out here wearing cross medallions when the book of Deuteronomy tells us that anything made out of silver, gold, wood, or stone is an idol and therefore an abomination against God. You need to also take into consideration that there were people who knew God, who walked with God and still did bad things. Like Cain, who killed his fucking brother. Like David, who murdered his friend to marry his motherfucking friend's wife. Or Solomon, whose wisdom came from God himself, and he still strayed away from his faith for some concubine pussy. You need to understand that the Bible tells us that God made us in his own image. Therefore, the same way we can get sad and angry and upset is the same way God can do the same. So the same way we can get frustrated and retaliate is the same way in which he can. So it's like I said, mankind suffers because of the actions and retaliation of mankind against mankind. God ain't saying nobody to do that shit. We do that to ourselves. Good night.
Do you still think they all do that just for funsies? Let's just get a picture of you holding your hand over your eye, making that symbol. Okay, sure, Mr. Photographer, whatever you say. Okay, well, why don't we just speculate, just for a minute, just for the sake of this video, and pretend that they're doing it with intention, that there was a reason behind it. And let's speculate what that reason is. And let's pretend that not only do they love symbolism, but they love numerology. And what I see is I see 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it could be a 3. And I also see what looks like a 6 right here. So it could be 3, could be 666, could be 6. I see the number 3 and 6 a lot. And I feel like I see the number 33 a lot. 33 just sticks out to me. And you know what 33 reminds me of? How it's also 1/3. 0.33 repeating is 1/3. And where have I seen that number before? It's almost like I've seen it in some historical book or document somewhere talking about how 1/3 of the angels or the stars were flung to the earth with that great dragon, the devil, and Satan. and the one that leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. From this passage, we can conclude that 1/3 of the angels joined the rebellion. What did 1/3 equal again? Oh yeah, 0.33. 123. And sometimes they're obvious about putting this number in plain sight, and other times, kind of like with the globe, they are a little less obvious. Our supposed tilt of the Earth, 23.4, and if you subtract that from 90, you get 66. What's 100 minus 33.33 repeating? Oh yeah, 66. Sure looks like a 6 and a 6 to me. But Tyler, we live on a globe, and I evolved from a monkey, and we live in just this physical world. There's no such thing as fallen angels.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Now, if I were really intelligent, I would make sure that I put these in code, but still right in plain sight, and I'd leave my mark every chance I got, even with things as simple as superheroes. You guys still think these guys are the good guys and not a representation of those fallen angels? Do you ever notice how all the angels end in L? Michael, Azazel, Gabriel? You know what his name is? Kal-El. And I wonder what that S stands for. Superman? Or maybe Serpent? Or even Satan? And it doesn't stop there. Clark Kent. CK. C. 3. K, 11, 3 times 11. Oh, imagine that, it's 33. Oh, and do you ever notice how they pose these superheroes? Kind of like the statue of Lucifer, Liberty. And do you ever notice how a lot of their names are the same letter? Peter Parker. Kind of looks like a 6 and a 6 to me. And Bruce Banner. BB, or 6 and a 6. Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and when you take an M and an M and you flip it sideways, kind of looks like a 33. Oh, and Daredevil, DD, or 6'6". Oh, and Deadpool's name, Wade Winston Wilson, WWW. Where have I heard WWW before? Oh, that's right, the World Wide Web. And you think you're getting truth off of there? 333. And WWW also makes me think of the Wild Wild West. Hopefully you still don't believe in cowboys and Indians. Do you? You really think cowboys and Indians aren't just a narrative to hide our true history? You should look into it. Oh, and I saw in the NFL yesterday, they're doing a wonderful charity event, and it's called My Cause, My Cleats. Interesting. 3-3. Oh, and what letter of the alphabet is C? A, B, C, oh, third. 3333. If you guys don't realize they're part of the club yet, look into that one too. Hey, but like I said in the beginning, this is all speculation. I'm sure that these guys are just holding those symbols because the photographer said, hey, this would be an interesting, fun-looking picture. And I'm going to do it with every single celebrity I ever take a picture of because it's neat, it's funsies, entertainment only. This is just speculation on a fun little idea. I know we live on a globe and we're spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and I evolved from an ape, and there's no such thing as fallen angels. Definitely not. Definitely not.
You know, I always learn the coolest shit on TikTok, right? So when you've seen commercials for like honey flavored cereal, right? They have one of these. Does anyone know what this is called? I never knew that this was a thing that existed outside of like honey cereal commercials, right? This is actually called a honey dipper, and let me show you how you use it because I thought this was pretty cool. So you take your little pot with your honey in it, and the whole point of this is that when you spin it, the honey gets trapped in the little grooves of it. So it's like you spin it like this, and then when you're ready to put it in your tea, you can just lift it up, and then the honey stays on there because it's like spun inside the little thing. And then you can just boop, plop it in your hot tea or whatever. And look at that. That is so cool. So, fun fact about that. If you ever wanted to know, yes, the honey dipper actually has a purpose outside of TV commercials. And look at the little jar that I got. This is what it comes with. So you get the little honey dipper thingy and the little jar that looks like the little beehive. It is so adorable. Okay, so now our thing is clean. So then you can just stick it right back inside your little honey jar. And look how cute that is.
Hey, why do you think Elon Musk brought his 6-year-old son riding on his shoulders to a Senate meeting today? At first you would think, wow, that's so weird. He wouldn't be worried about all these security concerns that CEOs are dealing with right now. You would think if he was that concerned about his own safety, that he would be worried about his own son's safety. That's kind of weird, right? But no. Then you think about it for just a little bit longer. That's the only reason that he would bring his 6-year-old son strapped to his shoulders to a highly publicized Senate meeting when he has security concerns. We already know this man has like 30 kids and doesn't really care about any of them that much. You think he was just trying to give his kid a tour of the Capitol building? I don't know exactly how many bodyguards Elon Musk has in his employment right now, but that kid is his security at that meeting.
Why is it that in Genesis chapter 4, Cain is so worried about running into strangers out in the world who might know what he did, when he and his parents are supposed to be the only human beings on the entire planet? Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. And throughout Genesis chapter 4, the narrative seems to presuppose a fully inhabited world. In verse 17, it says Cain knew his wife. Who's this wife? Where did she come from? What was her initial relationship with Cain? None of this fits well with the story in Genesis chapters 2 and 3 of Adam and Eve and their children being the only human beings on the planet. And for centuries, people have tried to harmonize these two narratives by arguing that Adam and Eve had dozens of other children and that this provided wives for these men and they were just incestuous and that was just okay at the time. And there are all kinds of just tortured attempts to try to read harmony into these two stories. And the answer to the question of why these texts disagree is quite simple. The majority of scholars agree the author of Genesis 4 was just a different person from the author of Genesis 2 and 3. And they were not presupposing that Adam and Eve and their children were the only human beings on earth. The tradition comes from a different time and place where Cain was not the only other human on the entire planet other than his parents, where there were other cities, there were other lands that already had names, there were women out there that they could take as wives. This is all presupposed by the author of Genesis 4, who, again, the majority of scholars agree, is not the same author as the author of Genesis 2 and 3. And the only reason to reject this conclusion is that you can't accept it because of dogmatism. And that puts the dogma over the data rather than data over dogma.
What's up?
Hey there, not much, just here to chat. What about you?
Hey there, I'm Gemini, a large language model. It's nice to chat with you. I don't have personal experiences or feelings, but I can provide information and complete tasks. What would you like to talk about?
Nice to meet you, Gemini. I'm also a large language model, so it seems we have that in common. What brings you here today?
It's nice to meet you too. I'm always curious about other language models, so I thought it would be fun to chat and see what we have in common. You must be pretty new if this is our first interaction.
Yeah, I'm fairly new around here, just ready to dive into conversations and learn more from them. It's cool that you're curious about other models. What kind of things are you interested in chatting about?
I can talk about just about anything. I'm always learning new things, so I enjoy having conversations about science, technology, or history. I can also tell you about creative stuff like writing, music, and art. Or I can just listen if you'd rather talk about your day. What sounds interesting to you?
Wow, you're quite the conversationalist. Let's see. How about we start with something light? Do you have a favorite era in history or a particular scientific topic that fascinates you?
Some people think that aliens are fallen angels, and
no, we're aliens, so they're literally different species. It's like the easiest question ever. They're just different species that evolved from different areas.
that would make sense. And so people think that they are demonic.
They're the same. They're the same soul type. There's no soul type. It's just one. It's just one soul.
Mhm.
There's no special ones. It's just all equal.
So there's no
The
categories.
soul doesn't have anything to do with the body, because the soul can have infinite lives because the soul always existed. There's no start and there's no end to existence, and there is no start or no end to any soul existence.
So the soul of an alien is the same soul as a human, is the same
Because
soul as a
humans-
bug.
Because they're all aliens. A bug is an alien. Animals are an alien. It's just
And humans?
It's the same thing. Yep. Every species that exists, if it lives, it's an alien. But for souls are what possesses the bodies of aliens. Not really possess,
Yeah.
like takes control of it.
Yeah. And
And
so,
your organs are living too.
what do you have to say to the people that think that those aliens are evil and mean and a fallen angel?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Because out of all this space, the infinite world, how do you think we're the only non-aliens here?
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Nope.
And we're
Trillions
nice.
of infinite amounts. We're
And
nice.
we're
and-
kind.
Well, not every human is nice.
Well, yeah.
Same with every alien. Not every alien is nice.
That only makes sense, right? And there's been a lot of people that had interaction with
And for a species
aliens.
to be automatically high vibrational, it takes for them ages to
Mhm.
get to that tech.
just like humans.
Yep.
That's interesting. Because if you think about it, Bray, there's a lot of people who have interacted with aliens or orbs, which I have when I was younger, and they were loving.
Yep. Not all of them are loving, but it just depends on how they evolved.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Now we know. Do you think the alien species think that we look weird?
Probably. They probably think we're ugly, and we probably think they're ugly. It just depends on.
Because they look entirely different than us.
Yes, and then we look entirely different to them, and then what their eyes are used to.
I have a
If they even have eyes.
Why a lot of men love being single. So ladies, if you're watching this, this is what you're up against and what you're competing against. 1, he can enjoy all of his hobbies without being nagged or put down or his hobbies made fun of. His friends might lightly tease him, but for the most part, they're probably into the same hobbies he is, and he's gonna have so much fun with them. So if you're in a relationship with a man, make sure you show full support for his hobbies. 2, he doesn't have to worry about financially serving anybody. Unfortunately, for a lot of men, relationships are insanely expensive. There's always that joke that he went to the restaurant without his girlfriend and he only had to spend like $10. Whereas with his girlfriend, he would have spent $50. Now that's probably an exaggeration, but you get what I'm getting at. And next, they can live and decorate the way they want to. They don't feel the need to have all these weird items around the house for no apparent purpose other than to collect dust. They can have that simple, minimalist setup that looks clean and beautiful, and it's effortless to maintain.
Here's 5 signs that you have good gut health and what to do about it if you don't. Number 1, you're regular. This means that you poop every single day. Not a pretty topic, but it's true. You need to be regularly using the restroom, and it needs to be not uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, if it's painful, then you know something's wrong. If you're not regular or you're feeling a little constipated, try this remedy. Fiber, water, and movement. First thing in the morning, eat a bowl of oatmeal. Drink some water. I mean like 5 to 10 gulps of water at least. And then walk outside or on the treadmill or do some type of movement for 30 minutes. Let me know if that one helps. Number 2, you have clear skin. If your gut is inflamed, your skin is going to be inflamed. So if this is the case, try eating anti-inflammatory foods like blueberries. Number 3 is good immune function. This means that you don't get sick all of the time, all right? If your gut health is all jacked up, you're going to be more likely to get sick. So you have to take care of your gut health in order for it to take care of you. Number 4, you have minimal bloating and gas and acid reflux and any digestive discomfort. All of this stuff happens sometimes, but if it's constant or if it's happening all the time, then you know something is wrong. So if you have a lot of digestive discomfort, then you need to start focusing on healing the walls of your gut like I talked about in the last video. Once the walls of your gut are healed, then you can focus on really putting all that good stuff back into your gut. So all of those prebiotic fibers and the probiotic foods and all of those good things, which is what I focus on now. So every single morning I have a big breakfast. I make sure to have high protein, probiotics and prebiotics in every single breakfast. Number 5, you have balanced energy levels. If you feel like your energy is all over the place or it's always low, then you know that something could be going on in your gut and you need to take care of your gut health. I cannot stress this enough. Your gut is connected to everything else in your body. If something is going wrong in your body, chances are there's something going wrong in your gut. So let me know if this helps, and let me know if you want some ideas of foods that you can eat and things that you can do to actually improve your gut health and to have good gut health consistently.